YouTube. All praises to the Most High, Yahuwah, and all praises to YAHUSHA, the one that lived for us, died to his flesh for us, then died on the cross for us, and also was risen from the dead, all for us to have the RUACH HaKodesh. Now, let's quicken the RUACH HaKodesh. Okay. All right. What's good with y'all? YouTube, all the ones that are subscribed to me. Let me know how y'all feeling in the comments. And the ones that, are new to the channel, pull up, pull up, pull up. Have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. And let's have a conversation. Yeah. Also, hit that like button. I'm pretty certain you'll enjoy the conversation. Trust me. You'll want to hear this. Okay? And this is the story about how I knew I was going to be in the lake of fire when I thought I was going to be in the golden city or eating from the tree of life. All right. Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I thought I was gonna be, because nobody ever knows that they're doing wrong when they're doing it. It takes something severe to happen, or because when you're well intended, when most people are well intended, but I'm gonna speak for myself. When I'm well intended, I'm oblivious to the things that I'm doing wrong, or the things that's causing me to be in disservice of the Most High Yahuwah. All right. So yeah, I was walking around naive to the fact that I was going to go to the pits and be in the absence, absence of the presence of the Most High. I didn't think I was like nobody that's going to the lake of fire actually thinks they're going to the lake of fire. I'm going to explain, okay? Most people, and I'm gonna just say this. This is what I observe, and this is just my perception on it. Most people think that what they could either what they're doing is righteous or they could do no wrong. A lot of times, include myself. But let me speak from my circumstance. I'm out here doing what I was doing, which is dealing with these different relationships out here. I'm trying to be good in a relationship, so in my head, I'm thinking it's all cool. I don't think I'm going to go to hell for living the way I'm living at the time. Because, for the most part, I was living a pretty clean cut life. Like in my head though. It wasn't as clean cut as I thought though. Like I assumed it was clean cut or the Most High didn't have a problem with it. And most people, when they do their deeds, when they're doing their deeds and then they get a rude awakening, most of the time those people don't think that they're going to the pits of hell. Nobody does. Nobody thinks that they gonna be blasted. You know, I didn't get my wake up call till I was in the hospital, barely breathing. And check this out, y'all. It wasn't like how everybody else, you feel me? Like it wasn't like how everybody else describes their near death experience. I was being protected by the Most High. You know, you have some that get visions or are allowed to be manipulated by angels because there are angels that can manipulate you into giving you a false message or a false teaching. It can happen. But for some reason, I think the Most High didn't want that for me. So I'm pretty certain he protected me from being manipulated by beings of light. And, you know, but I was in a knowing state. I was in a state of knowing, okay? So there's a difference between, you know, the people that get manipulated or have visuals or have dreams or when they're close to unconscious or however they're feeling at the time. It didn't work like that with me. I believe the Most High was protecting me from those types of visuals because Yahuwah is real, okay? Like Yahuwah will he will shield you from harm, especially if he values you. I didn't know this at the time. In my head, you know, when I was going through my little crisis and ended up incapacitated and all that stuff and not feeling like and being close to no breath and close to losing what little bit of consciousness I had at the time. Yeah, in my head, I was thinking I was living a good life. I thought I was living a good life. Just because you don't do much. Oh yeah, this is another fallacy. Just because you're not actively out here doing wrong or doing harm to others doesn't mean you're not living a sinful life. That's false. Don't trick yourself into thinking that you're going to heaven when you probably don't take any into account what you could be doing that could be displeasing to the Most High, Yahuwah, and Yahusha. Like Yahusha, he gonna like remember he said there will come a day where he said you'll come to me and say, uh, Eli, Eli, and I'll be like I never knew you. Like wrap that around your head. Like there will come a day where we'll be calling on him and he'll tell us he never knew us. That was a warning. Okay, so to continue my story, you know, I'm living a pretty, you know, a pretty much a life where I didn't think I was being as sinful as the Most High thought I was being. All right. So And it does matter to the Most High. It matters. Okay. Contrary to popular belief, you are not your own when Yahuwah values you. All right. So you're not your own, and whatever you think that you want for your life, now he will disband you if you want to just continue down your unrighteous life. But if you're ignorantly saying you're serving the Most High without knowing that you're being a sinner, I think he has a special type of place for those people. I was one of those people where he had a special type, which was darkness. Darkness and a firm understanding that if I release you from this darkness, or if I release my breath from you, you're going to wake up in the lake of fire. But when I release you from this darkness, I want you to warn everybody that it's not me that's going to send them to the lake of fire or hell's gate. It's going to be you that sends you. Okay? And these sins are still active even through grace. Most people think that just because we got grace, that's a fallacy. I thought that too, y'all. I thought that grace was abound, and you feel me? Like I'm out here ignorantly enjoying my life and doing what I wanted to do. I was going through hardships and all that kind of stuff, but still, in my head, I'm thinking I'm being good to this person or I'm being good to that person, and not getting treated well in return and all that stuff. Most High, like, you putting them before me. You think I'm gonna let you be satisfied with that? Especially when you think that you know me. No. And then I got myself trying to convince them to follow the Most High, knowing good and dang oh well they worldly individuals. They wasn't going for that. A lot of people want to remain in their wickedness and not be bothered. I'm gonna tell you like that too. Don't nobody want to be bothered, but if you done already involved yourself with them, it's pretty much too late. If you done already involved yourself with these people and they got this strong passion for whatever wickedness that they're doing, it's a strong passion for it. It's not, and unfortunately, you can't really talk people out of what they want to do. However, I was guilty of ignoring the Most High for real. Like, I was guilty of ignoring him, and not where I wasn't acknowledging him, because you could think that you're acknowledging the Most High and still be in iniquity. Okay? So a lot of people that think that they're going to heaven or going to be saved, and you not, you think that, and the fact that you're so confident even in your wickedness will allow you to understand that you won't be. I know, because I was confident that I was being righteous. All right. Let me give you this. The more that you understand how unworthy you are, the more worthy you become. The more worthy you feel like you are, the less worthy you become. The more you know how unrighteous you are, the more righteous you become. The more you feel like you're righteous, self-righteousness, the less righteous you really are. Most people run around here thinking that they are righteous or that they can do no wrong. That's not true. And Most High showed me that. And I wasn't even like putting myself above others. I didn't have that kind of heart. It was just the fact that I was putting others above the Most High. So he had to just pull me off and sit me still. I was out here, you know, matter of fact, I was doing things like giving out worldly and spiritual advice, okay? So like this was also another thing I was doing wrong, y'all. I was giving out worldly advice to I would say stuff like this. Well, I can give you two, because because a lot of people would ask me for advice, and I know, I know a lot of worldly advice and I know a lot of spiritual advice. But I was giving them both. I was like, well, if I was in the world or if I was doing this and I didn't think nothing about the Most High, and then I would give them vexed advice or advice of the world, pretty much. And don't get me wrong, I was good at it. I was just good at it. And my insight was pretty good at how things work out here. But the Most High, I'm leading others into iniquity. When I do that, I had to calm down on giving out double-minded advice. All right, because I was double-minded. I wasn't being just strictly all YAHUAH, and I wasn't being strictly all the world. I was in the middle, and those people, you already know what he said he'll do to those people. I will spit you out. That's what he said he would do to those people that want to play the fence or don't want to give out, that want to play the fence and not do the right thing, pretty much. And I'm guilty of that. I was guilty of that too. I wasn't doing the right thing. Most High like, nah, we ready to fix you. Got sick, health decline. That's the part when I was telling y'all, for those that have watched previous videos, yeah, that's what I mean when I said my health just started declining. And I'm sitting here, I'm already putting my own fleshly desires before the Most High. That's number one. And then two, I was going through a lot of stress. Like, I ended up like just making a lot of poor decisions, but still thinking that I was righteous though, because I was still doing everything with good intention. Like, I'm not a cheater, so, but in my mind, I'm thinking, well, we'll get together. We'll get together. I'm still well intended when I meet a woman, but I was doing things backwards. I was getting I'm still getting the box. They going along with it, so we pretty much going along with each other, and then still, but being unrighteous, like trying to do things without the Most High, pretty much, or doing things that go against the will of the Most High. Now, in my head, I'm treating this woman good. I'm doing this for this woman, but Most High not going for that. The Most High about to let that fail. Most High let it fail, actually. And he's like, oh, you think you're going to live happily ever after? Trying to do things your way, knowing that you serve me? Nope. He like, nah, no. And then my insight and the way that I do things let me know that I'm kind of set apart anyway. At that time, I was still set apart because of I still have an innocent nature. So I'm always well intentioned or very intentional and I'm always seeking like to be of service still. Like, but just for the wrong things and still being self-serving because I was doing self-serving and trying to be serving, but to myself above the Most High and then towards others above the Most High. Most High wasn't letting it fly, especially with me. And so, like, when I tell you that, like, because I still knew how to understand the Bible at that time. I still knew how to understand the Bible and could explain things in a very articulate manner for people to understand the Most High. Like even at that time, I knew that the Most High had emotions and feelings, but my actions were still going against doing His will, though. He not going for that. So you can think that you serving the Most High. I was one of the ones that thought I was serving the Most High. I thought I was gonna be in the pearly gates. Then when it happened, and I was close to losing my consciousness, and I'm residing in darkness. Wasn't residing in like no angel came to talk to me or nothing like that. He put me in darkness and gave me a strong knowing about where I was going. A strong knowing and a strong insight that I wasn't like, I wasn't going to make it if I was going to continue down this path that I was going down, which was confusing, nothing stable, nothing structured, and nothing done for the glory of the Most High. Well, I believe that was done for His glory, though. Me falling sick, that was done for His glory. And then Him protecting me from just certain individuals. He protected me from a lot of stuff too. So it was like, like I said, I wasn't gonna make it. And I was gonna be down there in torment and torture and in the absence of the Most High. That's how that was gonna go. So if you one of them people that think that you righteous, no, you're not. If you're one of them people that know that you're not righteous, or you're openly aware of the mistakes you make in life, all right, the Most High can work with that. That's how it goes. Like, the Most High can work with me now because I told Him I don't know nothing. I don't know what I'm doing down here. I told Him that. I told Him, like, that's why I said I gave my free will to the Most High. I meant that. I'm my free will. Y'all want to know something? If my my free will choices is if every day was a party, or I could do all this stuff and just pretty much like have fun the way I want to have fun. Uh, the Most High will probably never get served at all because my awareness of the Most High was dull. Dull. It wasn't like I knew of the Bible. I was one of the people that knew of the Bible and knew how to interpret, but not really give give the Most High his time or the Most High his prayer. Matter of fact, had I been successful at that time, I don't think the Most High would have got no praise. I would have thought I was doing it all on my own. Seriously. So when y'all find yourselves out here thinking that it's alright to, you know, uh take glory for yourselves or not exalt the Most High, I'm guilty. I'm letting y'all know how guilty I am. I'm just as guilty as everybody else. But the Most High allowed me to see where I'm making a mistake at. And more so, it was me also being self-reflective as well. Like, I did a lot of self-reflection when I was in my condition and trying to figure it out at the same time. Then asking the Most High for guidance and feeling like, why are you not there for me? I'm here for you, but I ain't about to answer you right now. You know, made me mad. Made me upset. And that's really the reason that the Most High doesn't answer. He's saddened. Like when you done spent your life doing stuff that kind of where you're actively ignoring the Most High, you're actively ignoring Him. And so when you're actively ignoring the Most High, you don't think that He get upset by that stuff? He get upset, like especially if you exalt your issues or your own problems or your own wants and your own desires. You're idolizing those over the Most High. He not ready to go for that. Like especially if you're His, and then if you want to continue to stay His as well. If you want to continue to stay His, He got to reshape you. When you fall apart, think about how righteous you might think you are. Chances are you're not as righteous as you think you are. And when I say that only you know that you're going to heaven or hell or heaven, understand something. I don't mean that you're actively making the decision to go to hell. That's not what I'm meaning. And then you should not claim going to heaven from a confident standpoint. If you claim heaven at a confident standpoint, I promise you, when I get to see the Most High, it's going to be the most humbling experience ever. I will grovel. I'm not about to be in the Most High face talking about, I know I made it into heaven. You know, yeah. What about this? You just gonna show, and the angels just writing stuff up right now. He just gonna tell them to pull up the list. Show them. What's this? Well, what you doing right here? What about this? How about this right here? Like he got an angel keeping records of everything we do. And a lot of times we don't even understand how shame we should feel for the things that we do in front of these angels. Because we do some wicked stuff in front of the angels that protect us. And then some angels just get removed altogether from certain people just because they are so wicked. Seriously. And they like, well, shoot, man, he he done stopped calling on the Most High altogether. So you know what, I don't think he gonna make it. And the Most High, well, I mean, the angels might get tired and just the Most High might just retrieve his angels. He'll retrieve his angels, and you won't get what you thought you was gonna get, like the protection you think you gonna get. You're not gonna get. And then you know, you got Lucifer's following angels that probably protect the wicked, and they only protect the wicked for a time, for as long as you're useful, or for as long as you're committing these wicked acts out here, and also going through like get like just giving up your servitude to the Most High, because that's really what it is. You give away your servitude to the Most High, so you start serving the things of the world. Oh no, go Lucifer, like, yeah, go out and play. Go play. Make sure you get my money. Make sure my check coming in. Make sure I get your attention. Make sure you mislead these people. Make sure you're doing that, or I'm gonna have to cut you short, and you will be residing. Most High, he like, well, you consciously made the decision to give up on me. You wanted your own pleasures, so when you consciously make a decision to give up on the Most High, he give up on you. He not going to play with you. Like, he not going to play with me. If I would have made a conscious decision to, and that's the thing, I never made a conscious decision. I'm sitting here thinking I'm serving the Most High because I was just giving all this good advice for people to move correctly in their life. However, I was playing the fence on giving worldly advice as well. The Most High don't value that. That's double-minded. Most High not going for that. Like I said, and then on top of it, I'm out here fornicating. Most High not going for that either. I'm fornicating. I'm not making none of these women my wife. I'm out here just doing what I want to do. And you think the Most High going for that? And then just because I'm treating them well, or just because, you know, um, I'm responsible. In my head, I'm responsible for anybody I'm smashing. That's how my brain worked. Any woman I'm smashing, I'm responsible for. So, in my head, I'm like, oh, okay, if I'm smashing them, I'll take care of them. Now, if I ain't smashing, you feel me? It's just not happening. Like, you're not getting nothing out of me. But pretty much that's how my brain was working at the time. I wasn't no good person. Like, in my head, I was good, and I might have been good, like as far as good character wise go, but I wasn't good. Like, I was in iniquity, for real. Like, the Most High, but the Most High said, be still. Said, nah, I got to show you something. And then as I got to self-reflecting, then I thought about it. I was like, dang, if I get caught up out here and I pass away, or I'm at the judgment, or when I do reach the great judgment, I'm gonna have to be held accountable for every last thing I said, thing I did. I'm gonna have to be held accountable for all that. And then you still gonna be held accountable even if you get accepted into the Golden City for for the or eat from the fruit of the tree of life. Eat the fruit from the tree of life. You're not about to get that so easily without feeling guilty or shame. So if you pass away, or the Most High decides in the great judgment that you have too much pride, oh, he gonna let you know, I never knew you because of your pride, because of your arrogance, because of your self-righteousness, because of your self-aggrandizement. He not going to play with y'all. He not going to play with me, y'all. I'm telling y'all from my experience what I understand about the Most High. Seriously, y'all. I'm not going into the word for this. This is just me giving y'all a down to earth look on what it's like to feel like you going to heaven, thinking that you out here being righteous, or you got Tammy over here, you got Shorty over here, you got Shorty over there, and you being good to them, and then thinking that you're being good when you're really being wicked, and you're really putting your own desires above the Most High. That's why women started putting their desires over us. Like, that's not coincidental. The Most High can't exalt your selfishness or you're wanting to be wicked, or you're wanting to. He can't exalt that. The Most High is not about to exalt none of that. He gonna allow you to fall. He gonna allow me to fall if I was to continue down that path. If I was continuing down that path, that's what was gonna happen. But the Most High just said to me, he was like, "Nah, I need you for something else. Don't let this happen again. Don't be out here making these poor decisions. You better grab one and stay with that one." And oh yeah, contrary to popular belief, the Most High, he leaves the choice of who you get with up to you. He does do that. He Now you'll see if a woman is righteous and into you, you'll see her with the qualities of a helper. If she's not into you, you'll see her with the qualities of selfishness. And depending on how they like you, is what you get. Like, if they just like you a little bit, then you're not going to get too much, like, you're not going to have too much control in that situation. Matter of fact, you're going to probably get a lot of argument and all that kind of stuff. But if they like you a lot, and, you pretty much, you put it down as far as, like, doing what you're supposed to do to serve your purpose for the Most High, though. Not your purpose, the purpose for the Most High. Your purpose specifically. Now, if your purpose happens to align with the Most High's purpose, then your purpose is being served. But it has to be like that though. Like my purpose, it has to align with the Most High's purpose. And I can't just be just out here just trying to serve a purpose or serve the purpose that I think is right. That's why I had to start saying Yahuwah willing, or put a prayer behind every action that I make, because, like I said, I need my hand held down here. I am a child. I am no longer qualified to make free will decisions, all right? I'm no longer qualified for free will. Until the Most High say, okay, I know he's mine. At this point, I'm getting, and then even then, it's still gonna be. Matter of fact, I will never have my free will. I will always be serving the Most High. So it will always be. It'll be something like this. I go to a woman, or like a woman find me attractive. If she finds me attractive at the time, oh, how do you feel about the Most High? Oh, do you celebrate holidays? Do you do this? Do you do that? Instant turnoffs, like stuff I don't do. So if I say that stuff out loud, it runs them away. Now the one that's willing to accept that kind of stuff, like that's a different breed. Like trust me, like if a woman willing to accept you with no birthdays, no holidays, none of the stuff that is for women and children out here that pollute their mind to be selfish, like, or entitled, because that's all it promotes: selfishness and entitlement. You got a different type of woman. When a woman can say, I don't celebrate birthdays or celebrate holidays, or have a lot of self-discipline in how she wants to manage her energy towards that type of stuff, that's a different type of woman. So, like, and that's pretty much rare out here. But I have to understand that I'm serving the Most High. I'm not serving myself. So anybody I mess with got to serve the Most High. And yeah, man. Yeah, I thought I was going to heaven. I'm sitting here ignorantly or naively doing things, like, and still having a pretty innocent heart about things. Like I had an innocent heart about stuff, but it was still steeped in disobedience towards the Most High. And so, y'all be careful about being self-righteous, or being so confident that you're going to heaven, or being so confident that you're going to do this or do that. You better go get to the Most High with some humility. The Most High not playing around about that. He'll, yeah, y'all think, yeah, play if you want to. Most High not going for none of that. He not going for nothing. Like I said, he don't go for nothing I want. He not gonna go for nothing y'all want. He just friend that. Yeah. Allow me to show you. Especially if you're his, he will discipline you. If you're his, he's going to discipline you. He's going to make sure you experience an extreme amount of discomfort until you start serving him correctly. Serve him correctly, then he can serve you and exalt you correctly. He can't do that when you, now if you out here and Lucifer is, you doing a lot of stuff in that area, then I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to the ones that innocently think that they're being righteous, but really not knowing that you're not being righteous. because I thought that too. I thought I was righteous. I thought I was gonna go to heaven, and I was walking around thinking. And then when sickness hit me and darkness hit me, because I was in the darkness, and then a strong knowing hit me. He didn't allow angels to come and talk to me. Matter of fact, I don't think he allowed anything in my vicinity. He just allowed a strong knowing and a deep reflection to hit me. And that's what happened. And then I became aware. Oh, it's not us. It's not the Most High that's gonna send us to the lake of fire. It's what it's us, our poor behavior, our lack of a self awareness and self accountability. That's what's gonna send us to the lake of fire, and you won't be able to do nothing about it. Most High gonna look at you like, I never knew you. He gonna look at me like that too if I continue trying to, like, if I was to continue to try to play like that, like be out here uh being lukewarm, because that's what that was, like not going one way, not going the other way. It's just lukewarm, double minded, all that kind of stuff. Most High not going for that. And yeah, I thought I was gonna be going to heaven, or at least the new earth, at the least. I wasn't about to be on the new earth nor heaven. I was gonna be strictly, nah, you gotta go to the lake of fire. You know, being so disobedient, so reckless. I can't do nothing with you. The only thing that spared me was the fact that I'm a willing servant. I was like, because I never really got direct messages from the Most High. So in my head, I always did think I was doing the right thing. It just like the further I got down the line, the more I understood that Most High was like he didn't feel like I was doing the right thing. He was like, what is this? I gotta get him. Let me get him out of this. Let me take this person away from him. Let me allow this person to do him dirty. Let me allow this to happen. Let me allow that to happen. Let me take this out of his life. Start removing people. Start protecting me from people. And started, and then kind of just started ministering to me himself, to be honest. If by the fact that I have a willing self-reflection and self-repentance is what spared me. Like the repentance, but not self-repentance, but repentance towards the Most High for ignoring how he feels. Because that's the main thing. I had to repent for hurting his feelings. Yeah, so I tell him all the time, I know I'm not the best of your children, Yahuwah, but please spare me. And he does, for the most, well, all the time he spares me. I'm still breathing. Because it could be much worse. Of course, he's trying to get me right. He's trying to clean me all the way up, but you know, like the quicker I turn to him, the quicker he turns to me. The quicker I exalt his greatness, the quicker he exalts me. Not my selfishness. He's not bringing this all my selfishness or none of that. Seriously. But just a down to earth talk about how I thought. You know, I was really gonna, like, how I really was gonna be in the lake of fire, but I thought. I was gonna be in the Golden City or the New Earth or eating from the Tree of Life. Nah, none of that was gonna happen for me. It's gonna be a wrap. They play would be seriously. And if you made it this far, I love you. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. If you like the content, hit that like button. If you have any discrepancies with my story or the way I explained it, hop in these comments or just say what's up. Just say what's up in the comments or just have an interaction. And I will be back at y'all with another one later on. It's all love, y'all. All love.